I'm Emily, and this is my bookshelf tour. I just got home from school today and finished rearranging my books, which I did the first thing because I've been literally looking forward to this for a month. And I'm going to do a tour so you can see all of my books together. I'm not sure if I'm going to get all of this done today because once my dad gets home, I'm probably going to have to start putting away the rest of my school stuff, which I haven't yet. But I'm going to show you my books. I tried filming a reorganization video while I was reorganizing them, but it turns out that you can't speed up videos when you're making it on iMovie on an iPad. You can do it on a phone, but you can't do it on an iPad, which makes no sense. So that video is kind of lost to the mist of time, as I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see an hour of me rearranging my bookshelves. Also, these books are arranged in some order. I sort of have a part up here that's the really photogenic one, which is basically mostly YA. Then I have Star Wars down here arranged chronologically. And then I have over there is all the rest of my miscellaneous fiction and then my nonfiction. So they're arranged, with the exception of Star Wars, they're arranged alphabetically by the author's last name. The Wrath and the Dawn, and The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Adia, Cruel by Jennifer Albin, Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, and Rune and Rising, as well as Six of Crows, and Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, An Inheritance of Ashes by Leah Bobette, The Selection by Kira Cass, Matched, Crossed, and Reached by Ali Condi, The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, The Kill Order, Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials, and The Death Cure by James Dashner, The Thief Lord by Cornelia Funk, Cumberland by Megan Gannon, which is signed by the author, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, Bright Smoke, Cold Fire by Rosamund Hodge, Warriors Super Edition Blue Star's Prophecy, and Warriors Super Edition Yellowfang's Secret, both by Aaron Hunter, I Am Number 4 by Pittacus Lore, and The Giver by Lois Lowry, Life Before Legend, Legend, Prodigy, and Champion by Marie Lu, Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, and Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas, Saving the World and Other Extreme Sports, and Fang by James Patterson, Divergent, Insurgent, Allegiant, and Four, as well as Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth, Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson, An Ember in the Ashes, and A Torch Against the Night by Sabah Tahir, Uglies by Scott Westerfeld, The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey, and The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. Into Star Wars, we have The Old Republic Revan by Drew Karpyshyn, Knight Errant by John Jackson Miller, the novelization of Episode 1, The Phantom Menace by Terry Brooks, and Rogue Planet by Greg Bear. Jedi Quest Number 9, The False Peace by Jude Watson, a bind-up of Legacy of the Jedi and Secrets of the Jedi, also by Jude Watson, the novelization of Attack of the Clones by R.A. Salvatore, the novelization of the Clone Wars movie by Karen Travis, Wild Space by Karen Miller, No Prisoners by Karen Travis, Clone Wars Gambit Stout, and Siege by Karen Miller, the novelization of Revenge of the Sith by Matthew Stover, the novelization of A New Hope by George Lucas, Empire and Rebellion Razor's Edge by Martha Wells, the Jedi Academy trilogy Jedi Search, Dark Apprentice, and Champions of the Force by Kevin J. Anderson, The Crystal Star by Vonda N. McIntyre, Star by Troy Denning, the Dark Nest trilogy The Joiner King, The Unseen Queen, and The Swarm War, also by Troy Denning, the Legacy of the Force series Betrayal, Bloodlines, Tempest, Exile, Sacrifice, Inferno, Fury, Revelation, and Invincible, and this series is by Aaron Alston, Troy Denning, and Karen Travis. The first two books are the Fate of the Jedi series, Outcast and Omen, and these books are by Aaron Alston, Christy Golden, and Troy Denning. And then in Disney canon Star Wars, we have Dark Disciple by Christy Golden, Lords of the Sith by Paul S. Kemp, Tarkin by James Luceno, A New Dawn by John Jackson Miller, and Lost Stars by Claudia Gray. In miscellaneous fiction, we have The Five People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight by Anonymous, Aunt Dimity Slays the Dragon by Nancy Atherton, 2 copies of Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, In Cold Blood by Truman Capote, Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card, which is signed by the author, The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey, The Big Sleep by Raymond Chandler, The Innocence of Father Brown by G.K. Chesterton, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, Death on the Nile, and The Mousetrap by Agatha Christie, The Lost World and Prey by Michael Crichton, Matilda by Roald Dahl, Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe, Independence Day by Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich and Stephen Molstad, A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens, Sherlock Holmes Volume 1, and The Hound of the Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, A Visit from the Goon Squad by Jennifer
Egan. Before You Suffocate Your Own Full Self by Danielle Evans, which is signed by the author. Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. Broken Harbor by Tana French. Lord of the Flies by William Golding. And Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. And then in this cube I have my Bible, 2 copies of the Catholic Catechism, and this little New Testament that they were handing out at my school. The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. The Iliad by Homer, translated by Stanley Lombardo. The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. The Turn of the Screw and Other Short Fiction by Henry James. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. Shadow Moon by George Lucas and Chris Claremont. Le Morte d'Arthur Volume 2 by Sir Thomas Malory. Chronicle of a Death Foretold by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. The Night Circus by Aaron Morgenstern. Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell. Headwind by John J. Nance. Island of the Blue Dolphins by Scott Odell. 1984. And Animal Farm by George Orwell. The Last Book in the Universe by Rodman Philbrick. All Quiet on the Western Front by Erich Maria Remarque. Roma by Stephen Saylor. Romeo and Juliet. And Hamlet by William Shakespeare. I also have a copy of Macbeth, but my brother is borrowing it right now. The Light Between Oceans by M.L. Stedman. Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. Idols of the King by Alfred Lord Tennyson. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. A Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. The Boxcar Children by Gertrude Chandler Warner. Man of La Mancha, written by Dale Wasserman, lyrics by John Darien, and music by Mitch Lee. The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. And The Once and Future King by T.H. White. And now we're moving into nonfiction. We have Confessions by St. Augustine. The Artful Edit by Susan Bell. His Holiness by Carl Bernstein and Marco Pallotti. How Civility Works by Keith J. Bybee. Evicted by Matthew Desmond. Seabiscuit by Laura Hillenbrand. Too Far From Home by Chris Jones. Tribe by Sebastian Junger. The Hidden White House by Robert Clara. Apollo 13 by Jim Lovell and Jeffrey Kluger. 150 Bible Verses Every Catholic Should Know. And The Godless Delusion by Patrick Madrid. Where is Sarajevo by Clark J. Pallas. Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. Eats, Shoots, and Leaves by Lynn Truss. Hillbilly Elegy by J.D. Vance. Exoplanets and Alien Solar Systems by Tahir Yahub. Then I have some comics. I have Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Promise, Parts 1, 2, and 3. Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Search. And Avatar: The Last Airbender, Smoke and Shadow, Part 1, which was created by Brian Canisco and Michael Dante DiMartino. The comic of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And the Onimbus bind-up of the comics of all 6 movies. Then I have a sort of oversized section. First off is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Then Star Wars posters. Nelson's Illustrated Encyclopedia of the Bible, edited by John Drain. The Voyages of the Columbia by Richard S. Lewis. The Story of King Arthur, retold by Robin Lister. The Throne of Glass coloring book. Then there's a bunch of literary magazines from my school. The score, the Mozart Requiem, like the vocal part. My journal, 2 drawing books. The Fifth Wave movie, and my only library book currently, Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. And then I almost forgot that up on the top of the shelves is this book, Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. So that's the end of my bookshelf tour. Sorry that it got kind of dark. It's dark outside now, and I probably should make sure that I film when there's actually natural light from now on, but I wanted to finish this tonight so I wouldn't have to work on it tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with more videos. Bye!